think one of the benefits of a year-long daily dose of Lambdog is that we're going to get to cover everything. So, here we go, a little more shop talk, right? The pros and cons of remanufactured products. Now, I'm going to start with the positives and then end on the negatives, because I know how you internet people like that kind of stuff, right? So here's the positives of remanufactured parts. You have a longer span of availability when a product may no longer be made. You know, they're still out there, and you don't have to rely on some factory churning out new ones. They are less expensive than original production parts, simply because there's no research and development. You don't have to pay any sort of engineering. Tooling is somewhat limited. You know, you're just needing to pay like diagnostic technicians and then repair technicians. So that's all good. And you know, if everything works right, then it works out great. The cons, however, in some cases prove to be more than what a job can handle. The biggest one has to do with a remanufactured part is a complex component that has failed somehow. So you need to 100% rely on some technician correctly diagnosing every single little nuance of malfunction in a device as complex as 8-bit, sometimes 16-bit, and in other lines, you know, 32-bit, 64-bit type complexities. And to cover all those bases, it's why there are so many failures in the remanufacturing process. So they make up for that with a warranty that allows for a part to be exchanged in exchange for a new one. But now, where does that leave us? You know, you take a part that needs to be put into service, and in some cases, you know, I've got wholesale and commercial customers that rely on their parts being repaired and their parts being correct. So it ends up being the devil that you don't know, almost, you know? And what are you selling? You're selling some sort of a warranty and a guarantee that you're not going to make good on. I can't tell you how many times a remanufactured product ends up requiring its warranty. It's crazy. Would it be less money if they were somehow able to correctly diagnose the part? Now, in the case of alternators, I'll tell you about a story. On my 95 Mustang GT, I had a bad alternator, and it would charge when you first started it up, but as soon as the engine compartment got hot, it would begin to fail. You know, something was going on where a diode or something along those lines must have been heat sensitive. So I bring it into an auto parts store, you know, and I'm not wearing my work clothes. This was when I was a working man. And the guy almost refused to sell me a new one after he bench tested mine because it passed his bench test. So I ask you, when they are diagnosing these remanufactured parts, in the case of an alternator, what exactly are they doing? You know, are they able to put it through all the conditions of failure? I don't know. With the number of returns that we get on them, you gotta wonder. You gotta wonder. This has been your daily dose of Lambdog.